Fallout New Vegas has grown a pretty nutty following in recent years, as we all just noticed its design kind of just dances on AAA games releasing right now, despite coming out in 2010. And art being recognized for its impact after the fact is a tale as old as time. Van Gogh, Nick Drake, Adam Sandler. Don't look it up. Now, I don't think any of New Vegas's team has died though, so this comparison, this is a shit show. God, just popular after it was out for a bit is all I'm trying to get at. A bit of a sleeper hit type situation. New Vegas has proven everlasting in discussions of its political alignment, its factions, their legitimacy, moral standing, and the ever so present conflict of choice. It's also pretty anti-capitalist. While all the Fallout games are no stranger to anti-capitalist themes, as a matter of fact are based off of the results of capitalism, New Vegas is just the most unapologetic. An issue I have with these games that boast player choice, large scale, and all these other dumbass buzzwords like Game of the Year edition that apparently make it good is that these worlds don't have stakes. Because I said so? And there's always a clear moral winner. In New Vegas, it's conflicting. All of these choices have consequences. All of these choices kind of fucking suck. And there is no clear moral winner. Whether it's the New California Republic, Caesar's Legion, or any of the other various pathways available in the game. These factions require commitment and work, and while games like this almost always offer the fuck everybody option that we all probably chose the first time, years of replayability and retrospect have led us to countless videos and discussions about these very groups and their realistic sustainability after the events of the game's story. So today I'd like to talk to you I remember the first time I played Fallout New Vegas, I was in my teens and I saw it at a game store for Xbox 360 for pretty cheap. It had been out for a few years, and all I knew was that I really loved Fallout 3. See, it was the early 2010s, and the very prominent Let's Play culture around the time dictated a lot of my purchases and granted me exposure to games I wouldn't have known about otherwise. And of course, this was before the juggernaut of modern online entertainment that is live streaming. Whether it was episodes, parts, chapters, we were eating that shit up in 2010. Chugga Conroy with Mario RPG, Nintendo Capri Sun with Conker's Bad Fur Day, and Josh Jepson with Fallout 3. And by extension, New Vegas. Okay, is that enough of an origin story? So at the time of its release, it reviewed well, but apparently not well enough. Fallout 3 had universal acclaim on impact when it came out in 1974. Seeing as how it was immediately loved at the time, you'd think it would maybe hold up better, but as the years have gone by, things have seemed to change. After checking out the concurrent player count on Steam, Fallout New Vegas wins by a long shot, and it kinda makes sense. If Fallout 3 is so good, then why isn't there a cold food of out hot eat the food? The core game mechanics are an improvement over 3 in several ways, such as finally being able to aim down the sights when your game crashes, and Radio New Vegas just existing is a positive.
You know, I tried to measure my charisma on a Vitomatic vigor tester once. The machine burst into flames.
But I believe it's the extent the game goes to establish not only the authentic, grueling political landscape, but also the other inhabitants of the Mojave Wasteland that don't want anything to do with it. Most every character has an opinion on the matter. Some don't care. The game often has these characters in awfully conflicting and desperate situations and does a great job at conveying these stakes, even when it comes to your NPC companions. Now, I don't really use companions for any game, as I guess I like to roleplay like I'm in the rough of it, even though I'm, sitting at my gaming chair getting fucking back problems. But it's also because they feel like a blank slate a lot of the time. But in New Vegas, I feel a drive to see their story through and watch them change and develop throughout our time together. The characters have a crucial role in the game's identity.
What in the goddamn?
There's gotta be at least 6 voice actors for the entire game, and they're pulling weight. It's like a Simpsons level of numbers. Okay, Benny, hear me out. You're gonna play 49 different characters. Despite that, dare I say, clear casting limitation, people are still analyzing the faction's significance and motives today, like videos right now, and I'm watching a lot of them. But why? Why does it even matter? I don't really have the answers, just takes. Factual takes, but takes. Answers even. Fans aligning with fictional groups for just no reason is also nothing new, with arguments being made today about the Empire versus the Rebel Alliance, the Imperials versus Stormcloaks, Squirtle versus any other starter for some reason, and people still taking online quizzes to see if they're a fucking Gryffindor. Courageous, handsome protagonist sounds just like me. It's just simple fun. So Fallout 3 is still great, but its conclusion kinda just converges into one universal goal by the end of the story with a good and a bad. Spoilers, Walt has cancer. To circle back and elaborate on there being no clear winner in New Vegas, everyone is fighting for power over the Hoover Dam as it offers necessary resources like electricity and just looking pretty cool. And in addition, there's the location of the game's namesake, the Fallout. Oh, New Vegas is actually a lot like Memphis, Tennessee, but looks like Las Vegas and is called New Vegas. This is where all the money and industry happens, probably. I don't know, they don't let me in. With the factions, they all have their own faults and problems. The New California Republic seeks to restore the country to its former glory, but that very same glory is what led us here. But even then, they are in shambles. A lot of the missions in the game seem to be about helping the NCR because at this point in time, they are fucked without you. For all of their patriotic virtues, when push comes to shove, they can cut corners and put their own people in danger. And so to some, the NCR is no better than the Legion. Which leads us to Caesar's Legion. They seem to be the epitome of do the ends justify the means, because God fucking damn. They pillage and capture territories by force, and they're just like shooting threes on the NCR the entire game. It's like so fucked. They subscribe to the archaic Roman Empire blueprint as if their current gruesome role in the wasteland will lead to a better future, i.e. torture people in, I'll say it, very cool outfits. We've also got Mr. House, who currently runs New Vegas, and he kind of just cares about what remains within the confines of New Vegas, so if New Vegas is okay, then he's okay. He's just kind of looking out for his own, gotta give respect to a man trying to secure the bag. Psych, he's like a billionaire elite, fuck him. Or I like him if you like him. I'm spineless. I don't want to take too long to explain the factions and like what they are, but the main point of why I wanted to make this video. As we unravel the world around us and become more aware of the actual corrupt systems at play in our very own landscape, it has started to feel very real to a lot of us very fast, with the advancement of exposure and knowledge in modern day technology increasing exponentially. We're slowly starting to catch on, and it's fucking scary. And I know it sounds just batshit insane to draw such a conclusion and tie it up into a video game, so please make fun of me, laugh, I deserve it. But I think New Vegas is one of those things that offers valuable insight into these systems. I think it allows us to explore actual consequences of unchecked human greed, power, corruption when it busts out of the seams. And without learning what brought us here, history is bound to repeat itself in what feels like a potential real-world nuclear tragedy, albeit with some ridiculously fictional, over-the-top creatures such as dogs. Could you imagine if those were real. I had a lot of fun writing this little think piece up, but I also think it's really funny to draw just insane ass conclusions to a video game. Like I know what being a scavenger in a nuclear wasteland is like. Of course I don't. There's piss in my pants right now. But art is valuable and it's fun to think about. So that's all I got. No sponsors, surprisingly. But I would like to shout out plugging in the USB first try. The McDonald's play place junctions, shit gets crazy in there. Let's go with cups. Pretty useful. I love this game, as do many, and I think its themes are just so ahead of the curve for its time. Anyways, I've got socials up here. Check them out if you want to tee-hee-hee or some shit. Thank you for caring about what I have to say today. So, yeah, take care.
Let's keep this in the groove, hey? Smooth moves like smooth little babies.